So here we should see whatever variables we discussed in previous session in JavaScript. Okay, those are the very most important in JavaScript as well as in React.js also. Okay, not only
Yeah.
React.js, whatever JavaScript frameworks, either Angular, Node.js, whatever it may be, relates to JavaScript framework. This is the most important topic. Okay, so here we
Okay.
should see there is a kind of variable variable. Variable is there can able to store some data. The data type is called as a okay data types. In the data types, yesterday we discussed about only number and string. In that sense, we are saving some string within a variable, we are saving some number within a variable. If we want to store, okay, multiple kind of PULA, full kind of data in a variable, then we need to use array. Okay, so let me
Yeah.
see. We will open that that folder within a code editor. So now we should.
Mhm.
So this is our VS Code editor. There we need to open the folder itself. So just to open the folder, now we should see it seems to be like this. So we need to open that folder within a VS Code editor. So Akshay is there. The 16th class, select the folder. Now we should see. This is our root folder, right? So what I'm doing is simply we are going to discussing about this variable within a HTML, not in a JavaScript format. So our document should be in .html itself. Variables, JavaScript variables, okay, JavaScript variables in JavaScript variables with data types. This is a class for the topic and format should be HTML. We know about all those things. We need to mention .html. We need to load some starter
Mhm.
template. Within the starter template, we
Mhm.
need to define some JavaScript within the header itself. So now we should say it seems to be like this. Okay, so that shift exclamatory symbol. Here we should see it seems to be like this. Just a minute. Just now I started my system and
Mhm.
so we are defining that HTML format now. So now we should see
Yeah.
this is the HTML format. Save this one.
Mhm.
So what happening is we know about number and string. If I want to store multiple kind of values in a variable, then we need to use like this. Where where uh, details. For example, here I would like to assign some details about students. So there I would like to assign student name is Ramesh and his number is something number and his father name is Suresh. Kind of details we can store in a variable. So what happening is here we are going to storing couple of values. We can assign a number of values within a variable. This is called as a ARRAY array. Okay. So
Yeah.
this is a kind of
Mhm.
data type. This variable is storing couple of values. So we need to print these values in your document. For that we need to write document.write method. So here we should see we are defining that name of the variable. So what is that name of variable? Details. So here I would like
Yes.
to see the values. So open the live server. Now we should see it seems to be like this. Okay, it will open the preview in our document. Now we should see. Just a minute, it will open. Yes, now we should see what is happening over there. So there in that variable is printing couple of values, whatever value stored within a variable. Okay. So Ramesh is a string, nothing but a text. Number is nothing but an object. Number is nothing but a number. And Suresh also a kind of string. So here we are storing couple of values within a data, within a variable. This is called as an array. As well as most of the situation we need to use this array in a in a APIs, in a data table,
Yes.
in a recharge. Okay, so in that libraries, whatever Node.js, React.js libraries and AngularJS, we need to entertain this array. As well as there is another method also be there known as var product. If there is any product, okay, if it is a product, how much properties it had, it will carry. So that property will carry title of the product, and the name of the price of the product, a description of the product, buy button and reviews, and some more details it will store. So here what we need to do is product name colon, okay, sorry, semicolon, colon, double quotes, first product. Okay, this is first product. After that, here we should say product cost, colon, here we need to mention something cost of the product, as well as product description, colon, double quotes, this is product description description. So what is happening over here? So here in this array, we defined a couple of values, either number or string. And even here also we are defining something string as well as numbers as a properties. So these properties belongs to one object or one student data or one college information, whatever it may be. It is a data storing in a variable, in a single variable. So wherever we need this property, we can use this variable. Wherever we need these properties, we can use this variable. Let me say here what I will do is this is called as a this type of syntax is called as a object object. This is a kind of data types. Okay. So here we should see what I
Yes.
will do is what is the name of that object. So here we defined some product product. Save this one. Now we should see, we can see there is no details yet. Here we didn't found any kind of object details. So how can we find out that one? Most probably while we are working with this object data types with variables, the data will stored okay in a console or in a database. It couldn't print in a document. So let me see what I will
Okay.
simply. I will print this
One
one
second.
with console.log. So what is the name of that variable? Product.
Good.
So product. So here we should say save this one. So we are printing this value in a console. Console is a relevant okay method to execute the database. So what happening is this object data also stored in a database or in a console. So what happening over here? So in a document it is not possible to print that value. So what I will do is we should see there is a view based source code. Sorry, not here this one. So view inspect. Now we should say here it had like this. Okay, so console is there, and here we should see there is an object is there, right? Product cost is there, product description, product name is there, kind of things are there. Okay, so here what happening is this is called as an object. Okay, this is called as an object. So here there is a relation between this array as well as we had relation between this object, relation between object and array. Is it possible to use this object, okay, to insert in between this array instead of this number and string? We can also include these object values within a array itself. That is called as a JavaScript object notation format. For example, so we need to store the data even in API also. Okay, we need to use that format itself. So here we should say var. Okay, students, students is there. So what I will do, I would like to store students, couple of student data in a variable itself. So here what I am defining is, this is a student name, okay, colon double quotes, RAMESH, Ramesh is your first student, and after that student father name, okay. So double quotes here, SURESH, Suresh, and student ADDRESS, address colon. So here we should see this is something SOMETHING, something address per student. Okay, so this is belongs to one student information, and I would like to, okay, add a couple of students information over here. So like this, we can add a couple of values within a variable. What we are doing, just we are adding couple of data. This is an object and this is an array. So we know about this one. Just a minute, yeah. Sorry, yeah. So here we should see what is happening over here. Here we are using. Okay, awake. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
sir. You're audible.
Yeah. So what we are doing is, here we are using and we are adding some couple of data within a variable. Variable is in the sense
Mhm,
this is a single value, but it will carry
mhm.
couple of values in a single variable. So now we should say, I would like to see the preview. So it seems to be like this. This is the student variable. I want to print this data in a document, but it is not possible to print the document. If you want to print that values in a document, then we need to use map method. Where we will discuss about that map method in upcoming session. So here we should see this is a student variable name, as well as console also had students variable name. Save this one. Now we should see it doesn't have any kind of data. Even we used some
Okay.
object. Each and every object is carrying like this. But here we should see we had a couple of data. There is a Ramesh and student, Ramesh student, Ramesh student. Something else data has been stored in a console. Why? Because of this is your data. Nothing but we can store this data in either variables in a variable or in a APIs. Let me see. For our practice purpose, there is a JSON placeholder type code APIs, dummy APIs is there. JSON in the sense JavaScript object notation. Here, whatever we are
Gotcha.
defining the format of that variable value, whatever values we are storing within a variable, this is called as a JSON format. Okay, this is called as a
Okay.
JSON format. Okay,
Um,
and in the sense JavaScript
mm,
object notation. So here we should see
okay.
we stored this data in a variable, but that kind of data also be available in this JSON type code placeholder. Now we should see. I will share you this link to you. Okay, so now we should see we had couple of resources are there. We can find out photo information, album information, comments information, post information to do practice for our React project, our JavaScript project. Here we should see there is a data is there. This is belongs to photos information. It had an array. Even whatever product we had, it had something title, URL, and image. Even thumbnail also be available over here. Did you understand? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 data is there relates to photos information. So this is an API link. Did you understand? So we can use
Yes, sir.
we can use either variable values, in the sense the variable also carrying some data in a JSON format. Even API, in the sense API also carrying this kind of data having in JSON format. Instead of variable name, we need to use this link. As well as here we should see there is an album is there. Album data also seems to be like this, same format. As well as here also we should see this is a comments data. This is a post data. So whatever data here we are finding, the data has been stored in a API format. Did you understand? So data type
Yes,
format.
sir.
So here you need to consider two values. While we want to variable also store some data. Okay, it will store some data. as well as API also, application programming interface also store some data. Even we can reuse variable values as well as APIs also. Where we can reuse these variable values or API data, variable data in a charts data table in React.js. So React.js had a couple of libraries. So within your libraries, we can use this data. In that situation, we need to use variables. So that is the first segment which we need to know in JavaScript. So variables has a excellent priority and it had excellent functionality to work with and to store some data into a variables. With variables, we need to use map method. With variables, we need to use fetch method. Kind of things are also be there. Did you understand? So primarily,
Yes, sir. Yes.
what you need to know is you need to find out the difference between variable and API because these two things are the data operators. They will store some data in a JSON format like a data type. Did you understand?
Oh,
Did you understand?
yes, sir.
So yes.
Yes, sir.
So today, this is enough for today. Just go through this one and do practice because Akshay also not came today because of his birthday today. Actually, he mentioned. So,
Okay, okay, okay. Okay.
so that we will connect by tomorrow and we'll discuss the rest of the topics. Until then, please do practice these
Okay.
two concepts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
So, do you have any?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Thank
No,
you.
sir. I don't have any doubt.
Yeah,
Clear.
yeah. Okay, and then thank you. I will share you this video to you also. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.